Till now we saw the gravity filters, which included slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. In this case, in case of slow sand filter, if n is the number of filters required or filter beds, if n filter beds are required, then n plus 1 filter beds will be provided. So why this one extra bed? Because if some maintenance issue occurs or some breakdown happens to one of these n filters, so this standby filter, this is kept as standby, so this standby filter can be used instead of the other filter. So one standby filter is always provided. In case of rapid sand filter also, one, that is minimum of one standby filter is required. More than one can also be provided if the plant is big. So in normally in the water treatment plant which are there for the supply of some town or city, at least two filters will be provided as standby. So that is about the number of filters. Apart from these gravity filters, so these two were the gravity filters where the water was kept under the atmospheric pressure. After that we have pressure filter. So in pressure filter, obviously the pressure will be greater than the atmospheric pressure. So in this case, this whole filter assembly is kept in a small chamber, and that is closed chamber it is kept in, and here water will be there, and below that filter material will be there, and other arrangement will be there to carry out or to take out this water. So these kind of all the arrangements are given in a closed chamber, that is, so we can apply an additional pressure. So this water is pumped inside this filter and it will have some extra pressure. So the pressure at which they work is between 300 to 700 kilonewtons per meter square. Now if you want to convert this pressure into height, so P is equal to gamma into H, and let's take that unit weight of water as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So H would be equal to 30 to 70 meter. So that is very big height. If you say if you have a rapid sand filter, that is gravity filter, so you will have to put the water up to a height of 30 meter. That will be equivalent to this pressure filter. So that is very high, and I mean that is only possible if we are applying some pressure, not in the atmospheric conditions. So the filtration rate, because we are putting this much amount of pressure, filtration rate is very high in this case, and it is between 6,000 to 15,000 liters per hour per meter square. But these are not suitable for public supply, these will be costly, and the efficiency is not also very good. So these are used for small supplies such as industries or swimming pools, etc. So these are not, I mean, comparatively less effective in removing bacteria as well as in case of turbidity also. So these are not very effective in removing these. And apart from that, in our normal rapid sand filter, we do the coagulation and flocculation, then sedimentation, and then that sedimented water goes into the rapid sand filter. But here in this case we just do the coagulation, we do not allow the flocculation or sedimentation to happen, and this coagulated water is entered in this, I mean it is fed in this filter, and it is other rest of the processes happen inside this filter. That is about your pressure filter. Apart from that, two smaller filters are there. One is roughening filter. So the problem associated with slow sand filter is that its efficiency is very good, it can remove the bacteria very well and other suspended impurities also, but the rate of filtration is very low. That is the problem which is associated with it, and this rate of filtration is low because we are using very small particle size, and because of this small particle size, whatever the suspended impurities come, they clog this filter. So because of this clogging, it doesn't work very well. So how can we improve this working of slow sand filter? What if we provide a rapid sand filter which is not, I mean which is not as good as our normal rapid sand filter? So here we will provide coarse grained soil, so it will remove some of the impurities, and then the water what we get from this filter, this will feed to our normal slow sand filter, and then it can do the proper cleaning, and rate of filtration will be very, I mean comparatively it will be high. So in this case, this rapid sand filter, which is in which coarse sand is used comparatively, so this rapid sand filter is called as the roughening filter. And so in some cases more than one rapid sand filter can be provided, and after finally one slow sand filter will be there, so that will be your multi-stage filter. So that is about the roughening filter. One last filter is there, that is diatomaceous earth filter. We get this diatomaceous earth from a sedimentary rock which is known as diatomite, and so this filter is not used for public supply, it is used for smaller purposes, mainly for army purposes you can say. So in this case, this diatomaceous earth is kept filled in a slurry form in one small chamber. Then from here your raw water will be coming, and here will be your filtration tank. So in this tank, in this upper part you take the filtered water, and here one screen is there, screen or mesh kind of thing is there you can say. So water it is coming, so initially raw water is fed, so along with the raw water this diatomaceous earth will come along with this water. Now initially this water, as this water goes through this membrane or mesh, so this diatomaceous earth will stick on this surface, so it makes a filter on this surface, and after that filtration happens. So initially the water which is received from this filter, before this screen has been prepared completely, it is not used. After this one layer is there of this diatomaceous earth, and when it is formed completely, then only the water which is coming out of this filter will be used. So it is used because some of these parasites in field, they are not used completely by chlorine, or even if we use the slow sand filter. So because of these reasons we use this diatomaceous earth filter. So this is about all the different filters. Thank you.